Greetings YouTube, this is Jamila and I wanted to come in real quick and do a video on maintaining your locks using the interlocking method, either using your finger or the tool. And in my video I actually did both. I just did mine, and as you see, my little new growth is intact. However, I have the type of hair where no matter what, I'm always going to have some fuzzies, right? And I'm always going to have, like no matter what, I always end up having these new little tufts of hair that just pop up out of nowhere that don't really go into a lock. And usually what they end up doing is making a new lock, or they end up just kind of fusing themselves into another lock. So like over here, let me see if I can find it. I found a little section of hair that just didn't make sense in any lock. And like I said, it'll eventually fuse itself, or it'll find a place to go, or just make a new lock of its own. Here's one right here. Before, I had other locks, and this just kind of made a new one. So yeah, that's kind of what my hair does. But yeah, you never hear any complaints from me for having thick hair. But I know some people who are able to use this method, and they're able to get all of their hair in, interlocked, and it looks very neat. But I'm always gonna have some fuzzies here. I got a little piece of hair right here that just ain't going nowhere. But yeah, I just wanted, and I haven't styled this or anything, or really even moisturized it that well. But I just wanted to show you the method real quick. So let me show you.
Back to the video. So yeah, since I have so much new growth in this one, I'm gonna actually start with finger latch, and that just works for me. But for you, it would be good because you can see, finger latching and using the tool at the same time. So what you're going to do is when you're interlocking, you're going to try to go in all four directions with each lock as many times as you can. So I am going to start with putting my finger through the base, making a hole, and I'm going to bring the lock upwards. That's the first one. I'm going to do the same thing, except this time I'm going to put the hole in sideways, and I'm going to bring it to the front. Okay. Now I am going to bring it, do the same thing, but bring it underneath. And the next one is going to be to the back. Okay, and now I have enough little new growth so that I can work with the tool. And again, you're going to bring the tool and do the same thing you did with your fingers, except what you're going to do is attach the hook to the bottom of your lock, and then you can close the little hook. You don't actually have to take your finger and close it because it kind of closes on its own. And then just pull it through. I went up, so this time I am going to go to the front. Did it come? Okay, pull. This time we're going to bring it down, and this is probably going to be the last one. Yeah, and this is going to be the last one for me. I probably could go one more time, but for me, I don't like mine too tight because for me it hurts, and I ain't about that life. But sometimes in a couple of days, if once it loosens up, sometimes I'll go through and I'll latch it one more time. But yeah, that's it. So when I get to I got this one here. I actually latched it already, but I was able to, I had some room to go a couple more times, so I decided to do this one. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but you definitely want to make sure your hair is damp. My hair, I washed it, and it doesn't have any product on it. But it's, obviously dried since then. And so what I do is I just take a spray bottle and go and soften up each lock, just spritz it a little bit because, everybody knows your hair, natural hair especially, is just better to work with when it's wet. Yeah. Or just damp. And I don't put any product until afterwards because I don't know. I just don't. I just wait until afterwards. It just doesn't make sense to do it before. I mean, if you want to put a little bit of a moisturizing spray, but I definitely wouldn't put any solid products because you're latching, all of those solid products could get kind of gunky in there. So that's why I don't do it. I just wait until afterwards. So yeah.
Okay, pros and cons. One of the pros is that it lasts maybe 6, 8, sometimes even longer than that, 6 to 8 weeks at least. And so I like that because, when I palm roll my hair, usually my new growth is popping within a couple of days. When I get it professionally done, it might last a week. So I love the fact that I don't have to worry about that. Now, like I said, I still get the fuzzies, but I'm talking about having the little afro in your roots type jump off. So yeah, I do like that. Another thing is that you don't have to really use a lot of product to maintain your hair when you do this. I use Old School Stay Soft Fro to moisturize, or Greg's Juice, or one of the Owen Handmade Greg's Juice, Frank's Juice, one of the products from their line, or just my own concoction, whatever. And so yeah. And then some of the cons is if you do it too tight, your hair will pop off. I experienced that with my last set of locks. I did it so tight that I started to experience some breakage in my roots. Luckily, I caught it early enough. And another thing is the technique just takes time to master. So you may make a few mistakes along the way. And with my last set of locks, I had a one lock that had this hole in it because I did something weird latching, and then as it grew, it just had this little hole in it, So things like that may occur. I'm just letting you know that. But after a while, you get the hang of it. And then it takes forever. Palm rolling takes me about an hour at the most to do my hair. This took me probably the better part of the weekend to maintain my new growth. That's why it's not styled right now, because once I finished it, I was just like, I don't want to deal with my hair anymore for a couple of days. So yeah, that's all I got, you guys. Oh, and I also wanted to say, there's a lady on the internet. Her name is Cherie King. And back in maybe like 2005, I bought her ebook, and it was on the latching technique. That's how I learned to do it. I don't know if she still has it, but if it is, I'll Google her, and if it is, I'll leave her information down below. But if not, go around YouTube, do a Google search, and you may be able to find some people that use this technique, and they may be a lot more detailed than I am, and they may be able to help you not make some of the mistakes that I made. Yeah. So anyway, if you try it, let me know. Let me know about it down below. Let me know how it worked out for you. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.